afternoon, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your Health Fitness Program Manager from McLean, and I'm here today to guide you through a relaxing Yin Yoga practice. Thank yourself for coming. We're going to focus today mostly on the hip flexors, the outer and the inner hips. If you find that today's class is really challenging or painful, reach out. Perhaps you need to strengthen your hips, hip flexors in that region as opposed to stretching it. But come today, find what feels good. Definitely think about bringing some props. If you have a block or two, great. If you don't have a block, find a thick towel or blanket that you can fold up. Or maybe you happen to have a pretty thin pillow, such as this one, especially if you feel any pressure on your knees during like kneeling, just having a little something, even if you bring 2 socks to place behind your kneecaps to just find a little bit of a lift. We're gonna start a kneeling position in 2 minutes. If you're here early, think about laying down on your back in Savasana, just starting to change your breath, come into today's practice, maybe put some relaxing music on. I sprayed some of my delightful room spray. I bribed the bird, the dog's been walked. I know that I am ready to take this time for myself, so do whatever you need to do to take this time for yourself as well, and I'll see you in kneeling in 2 minutes. Face the light, Carol Ann. Timer option. Great. You don't have to get into Savasana before class. That doesn't make you feel awesome. You can do whatever you want or need to. Maybe just doing a little mobility work and giving yourself a couple stretches of your neck, a couple rolls of your shoulder. I love to show up to class early to find some me time on the mat to do what I know that, or what I think that I need before being guided in my practice. And keep in mind that after class as well, feel free to come out of Savasana and find any extra stretches that really honor you and your body today, and then come back to that final Savasana. Beautiful moments of stillness. Okay? It's 4:30, so let's go ahead, come up onto our knees so we can get started in kneeling. Remember, if you feel any pressure on your knees as you sit yourself up here, think about placing a block, sorry, not a block. Well, yes, you can place a block underneath of your bum. I think I'm gonna go for some of that. Or you can place even just a strap or those socks, if you missed hearing me mention them, just placing a little folded over sock, or depending how tight you are, a rolled up sock underneath the back of your knees can help relieve a little bit of the pressure that you might feel right here. So just do as much as you can with the body that you have today. Right now we're just coming into our practice. We're going to bring a little focus towards our breath for these first 5 minutes right here. But as we do get a little bit deeper into the postures for today, remember that we're not intending to tense our musculature. We're working to come to an edge of a stretch and then relax in the stretch as much as possible. So focusing on your breath, using your exhale to relax and release. Take this time right now to slow your breath down. Notice if you're bringing any extra tension to your body. Do you tend to stretch your chin up towards the ceiling? Can you find a little bit of a straighter but still relaxed spine? I'm not saying you should let your stomach hang out all the way, but I am saying you don't need to find that tight abdominal squeeze for today's class. So you'll do the best with the body that you have today to come to a point in the stretch where it is noticeable, maybe even just on the edge of uncomfortable, something that you are aware of. And then you're just going to use your breath to exhale out the tension and expectations within the stretch, within your mind. It's going to be really normal to maybe feel some trembling or discomfort. Frequently, the discomfort comes in our mind so much faster of thinking, I can't do this anymore. If you find that you feel that way today, come back to your breath because we're going to practice some long postures today. Maybe even creating a mantra for yourself. If you came to yesterday's class, we talked a little about creating those mantras. Either just inhaling in your awareness and exhaling out tension and expectations. Maybe a mantra such as, you are enough. Or, I am worth this. I am worthy. And you are totally worth it and worthy. So thank yourself right now for already taking this time to come to class, to find a little focus on yourself, to slow your day and your breath down, to just push everything else to the side. Let this practice be right here, right now, each moment, a new moment, to just be present. It's normal for other thoughts to pop into your head, and it's okay, you can acknowledge them, but then come back to right now, to your breath, to right here. We'll spend one last minute, silent pranayama. Feel free to keep those eyes closed. Get ready to move with intention. We're going to bring our hands, palms down, take a moment in tabletop. Get your hands underneath your shoulders, maybe even tapping the tops of the feet onto the floor. Take a moment, a little freestyle cat-cow, just finding the shimmies and shakes, the wag of your tail, the movement of your shoulders that works for you. Just a couple breaths right here, and then we're going to come into a kneeling lizard. So if you were using a prop before, you might want to bring that prop forward if reaching down towards the floor is a challenge for you. Awesome. Then you're going to go ahead and step your right foot forward to the right hand. Start to shift the weight forward and stack your knee on top of your ankle. You can wiggle that left leg back a little bit. You have an option to stay up nice and high here in your kneeling lizard, or you're welcome to come on down towards those forearms, bringing your elbows either underneath of your shoulders or maybe a little bit forward. This is where the prop can be a handy little toy. I want you to roll gently towards the outside of your right foot. You might even want to bring your hand towards the inside of your thigh to apply just a little bit of pressure. We've already been here for about a minute. We've got 4 more. So just find something that you can hang out in. Feel free to let that head hang heavy down towards the floor. Remember, you're trying to be on the edge of the stretch that works best for you. So don't be influenced by how deeply I came into the stretch. I'm going to bring that hand back down towards the floor for a little bit more support. Take this time right now to scan your body from head to toe. And just notice where you might be holding a little extra tension. If there's any tension in your neck. Just let go of any and all of your stress. Notice if you're squeezing your glutes here, just relax a bit more into the stretch. We're coming to the halfway point right now. Remember that if your eyes are moving, your mind is moving. So feel free to close your eyes. Maybe practicing a little ujjayi breathing, a slight constriction of the throat with your tongue pressed up to the roof of your mouth. Focus not only on enjoying a slow breath, but see how quiet your breath can be. Can you be so relaxed within the stretch that anyone else in the room wouldn't even hear you breathe right now? Final minute right here. Remember, if you do start to feel any sharp pain, you can always come out slightly, but we're working to find stillness within the stretch. So find something, somewhere, that you can hold for the whole 5 minutes. And most of our stretches today are going to be 3 or 5 minutes. Where you want to do your best to not be coming in and out of the stretch. You want to just be here and focus on relaxing in the moment. Change. Take your time. Bring the sole of that foot in. Start to walk your hands back in. Ooh. Bring your right leg back into tabletop and take a moment again with your cat-cow. Think about shifting those hips right and left. Getting your head and neck involved. Just noticing where tension might be. Maybe you notice it a little bit more now than before. Maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, Jessica, we really jumped right into it today. And I know, we did. But remember, yoga is our practice for life. We're outside in the real world. And sometimes in the real world, man, things get thrown at you. So right now we're just practicing our breath, practicing how to relax within those tense situations. Because, sometimes they just keep going. All right. We're going to bring our left foot forward this time. Maybe walking it forward, wiggling your left foot forward or walking your right leg back slightly. Feel free to bring that prop with you as you come on down, maybe keeping your hands, palms on the floor as you start to roll towards the outside of that left foot. But relax down as much as feels good for you today. Think about bringing your hand towards the inner thigh, maybe gently even helping with the stretch. Find some space of your shoulders away from ears. Come into your breath. Find that one spot to focus your eyes. Find a stretch that you can hold. Because we've got 4 minutes left right here. Make sure you're taking those long, slow, deep breaths all the way down to your diaphragm, not just breathing towards the top of your chest. Frequently when we come into some of these challenging stretches, it's normal to at first make your breathing shallow, but just bring awareness. And do your best to find a little bit more length. Remember, there's no need to go deeper in the stretch. You're just trying to be as still as possible. Besides any shakes and trembles that you might not be in control of as you're just accessing a little bit deeper into your ligaments, fascia, tissues, joints, all that jazz. Where can you find relaxation right here? Focusing on the stretch that's happening within your hips, the whole hip girdle. But can you relax your fingers or your toes? You're more than halfway through. Final minute right here. If you're really keeping those breaths nice and slow, that's just about 6 breaths. So take your mind away from the tension. Focus on your breath, maybe even counting your breath. Take your time. Slowly, gently walk yourself back to tabletop once more. Come into cat-cow. so good. Keep that breath slow and steady. Great. Go ahead, send your hips back towards your heels. Shift your weight over to the side and kick your legs out in front of you. Next up, we're going to enjoy a spine twist. Yay! So legs nice and straight in front of you, or as straight as you can find. If you're feeling a lot of discomfort with this stretch, if the back of your legs are really tense, just sitting up on a gently folded towel. We don't want to be too far off of the ground for our spine twist. I'll give you two different variations. Okay, we're gonna bend our right legs up. First option is for those of us who are feeling a little bit tighter today. You're gonna reach your left hand towards your right knee and bring your right hand fingertips close by the base of your spine. Really work to press and lift up. Find your lifted length and then begin to turn and twist and open your chest. If you're looking for something a little bit deeper in your stretch, you can cross your left leg over your right and fold your, right leg over your left and fold your left leg in towards your glutes. Then you reach down towards your knee on the floor. We're going to spend 2 more minutes right here in this spine twist. I want you to keep focusing on a little gentle contraction of the belly for this one, opening the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together, using your breath to just hang out right here in the twist. Eyes focused on one spot. Just a couple more breaths right here. And change, gently turn back towards the front. Kick both of your legs forward. You can bring your hands behind you. Take a moment, bob your knees, windshield wipe your feet. Relax that right hip flexor just a little bit. Then go ahead, extend your right leg, fold your left leg in. Trying to get that heel about fist width distance from your glute if you can. Lift yourself up. Bring those fingertips close by the base of your spine. I said left leg. Roll those shoulders down and back. Pull that belly in nice and tight. Turn and come into your twist. Just something that you can hold. Keep working to find that length up through the crown of your head. Remember, if you want to come a little bit deeper, you can always cross your leg over the opposite. Fold your extended leg out. And reach for that knee. I'm just going to keep looking at the timer. We'll be honest. take your time, slowly, gently untwist. Go ahead, kick both legs out in front of you again. Take a moment, bob those knees. Next up, we're gonna come into shoelace. Option to come into half shoelace. So we'll get those sit bones grounded. You can even gently hinge forward a little bit from the hips, especially if you are feeling it in your lower back. So you wanna just take that rounding out of your back. We're gonna fold our right leg over the left. Work to stack your knee on top of the lower knee. So you can pull that leg in and you can hang out right here with your knee bent. Or if you wanna challenge yourself a little bit more, fold your left leg in. Ooh, that was a delightful crack. Stack both of your knees. You might even need to lift your hips up. Readjust your hips. We'll spend 3 minutes from right here. If you want to feel it even more, you can even hinge yourself forward just a little bit. If you find that it's super hard to stack these legs upon each other, even placing a little bit of a towel underneath of your upper leg, so you just feel a little supported here. We're relaxing and stretching at the same time. Feeling very zen, you guys. I don't know if I lost track of time there. All right, we're gonna gently come out of this one. Go ahead, bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Take a moment, windshield wipe your knees. Now let's go ahead and do the opposite side. Whatever the opposite side is for you. Work to first just cross your legs deeply, one knee stacked on top of the other, and then just pull your heel in. You can hang out right here the whole time, or you can come into it a little bit deeper by folding that lower leg in. Feel free to press into the floor to lift your hips up. Do your best to stack one knee on top of the other, and then walk those ankles in. If you're still not feeling any sort of a stretch on the outside, particularly of your top leg, hinge forward gently. Try not to roll too much to whichever leg you have on the bottom. See if you can keep some contact of both of your glutes on the mat. back to your slow breath. Keep your eyes closed. Relax that belly. Take the squeeze out of your glutes. Release that tension from your shoulders, in your neck, anywhere in your head. Nice work. Take your time. Gently lift yourself up. We're going to go ahead and lay down on our backs. Next up, we're going to take it easy on ourselves and do some reclined thread the needle. If you would prefer to guide yourself through some upright pigeon, you're welcome to. But it's Yin. Let's be chill. All right, so we're making our way down onto our backs. Bringing the left leg down on the mat, draw the belly in gently as you lift your right leg up and cross it over your left. On your next inhale, go ahead, lift your left leg up off of the mat. Do your best to reach, wrong thigh. Reach your hand through and grab hold of the back of your left thigh. Or maybe just letting gravity do the work. If reaching the back of your thigh is too challenging for you, maybe just placing one hand on the top of your left knee. Take a gentle tucking of your chin towards your chest. Get a little bit more of the back of your head and neck relaxed on the mat. It's going to be our last super long posture of the day. Do you find that nice stretch on the back of your right leg by drawing your left a little bit closer towards your chest? You don't need to keep intensifying the stretch. You just want to make sure that you feel it, that it's noticeable, that we're not just hanging out on our backs. So frequently in life, we find ourselves challenged by uncomfortable things. And while the desire might be to just run away, at some point we usually need to face whatever those demons are. This practice right now being on the edge of your discomfort, hanging out right here, finding your breath, finding a way to make the bad be okay, to find some light and some space in the tense moments is truly what yoga is all about. Taking the same breath, mindfulness, being within the moment, honoring what actually works for you, and applying that to everything off of your mat. If you want to work a little bit harder, find a slightly different stretch in this last minute. You can extend that left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Bring that bend back into your left knee. Release that foot down to the floor. Uncross your legs. Take a moment if you'd like to windshield wipe them. Then go ahead and send your right leg up towards the ceiling. Cross, wait, no, we just did that one. Cross your opposite leg. Left leg up towards the ceiling. Oh my gosh, Jessica. That's some good yoga, you guys. When you're ready, go ahead and pick your grounded foot up off of the mat. Option to just hang out right here, let gravity do its thing, to actually interlace your fingers behind your right thigh, to maybe bring a hand onto the top of the right knee. But relax your shoulders back down towards the mat as much as possible. Relax your chest, relax your belly. Just focus on that big expansion of it on each inhale. On getting all of the air out for each exhale. Scan your body again, head to toe. Take tension out of your chest, out of your jaw, out of your fingers, out of your toes. option to extend your right leg up towards the ceiling for the final minute. Take your time, bend your leg. Slowly release the sole of the right foot. Uncross your left leg. Take a moment. Windshield wipe your knees. Right and left, right and left. Go ahead, extend your arms out to the side. Roll over onto whichever side feels best for you for a little bit of a spine twist. Work to relax your opposite shoulder to the floor, whatever direction you placed your knee. Use your exhale. Take the tension out of your belly. Option to turn your chin towards your extended hand palm. Really work right now in that exhale to relax, release any tension in your lower belly. 3 more breaths right here. On your exhale, gently roll back over onto your back. Plant both of your feet on the floor. Windshield wipe your knees once more. Maybe finding a little stretch of your top knee down towards the edge of the mat. A little pull on your belly. And then as you're ready, drop your knees over to the opposite side, rolling onto that hip gently. You can keep looking in the direction of your knees or turn your chin towards your opposite outstretched hand. Relax the shoulders on the mat, scan your body, come into as much relaxation right here. Take the tension out of your abs, out of your glutes. Three more big belly breaths all the way down to your diaphragm, the very bottom of your belly. Feel your lightness and air hit that spot. Take your time, slowly, gently roll onto your back.
going to come into final savasana. Option to cut one last stretch of your hip flexors, taking a first minute right here in a little reclined bound angle, bringing the soles of your feet together and allowing those knees to fall heavy towards the side. Might even need to press into the outside of your feet to lift up those glutes, to find some relaxation in your lower half. If your knees are still very far off of the floor, think about placing a block underneath. If your knees are simply walking them a little further down towards the edge of the mat. If you are in reclined bound angle, keep working to relax and release any tension, any squeeze that comes back into your glutes. And just notice if it comes there, just being aware of it today. Maybe finding a little bit more ease in the release of the tension tomorrow. Let's go ahead, kick those legs out in front of us, coming into our final savasana. You know, I always encourage you to spend at least 3 minutes here in final savasana. I know we spent one together. So far, I'm not going to be dishonest. It is exactly 45 minutes into class. If you do need to get up and close your practice, you would do what's right for you. If not, we'll spend at least 2 minutes here together. Though you're encouraged to spend as much time as you possibly can. Simply relaxing, melting into your mat, taking the time to allow your practice to sink into your body. And really think about it one more time. Let it sink into your mind. Let this time not be in vain. You made it for yourself. You created it for yourself and within yourself. So be proud. Remember that anytime you're feeling lost or frazzled, stressed, just not yourself. That your mat is here for you, and even if you can't find your mat, your breath is always there for you. To just slow down. Close your eyes. Change your focus and change your mental channel. And you always have it within you. And you're always worth it. And you are enough. As always, you're encouraged to stay here as long as you can, but if you would like to close practice together, take your time. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. Move slowly and with intention as you gently roll over onto your side. Spend a moment right here on your side. Come back to your breath, just grounding with the floor. Use your exhale to press yourself up to a seated position. Once you find yourself there, bring your hands, palms to the center of your chest. Tuck your chin to your chest. Bow to yourself. Really actually take a minute to thank yourself. Think about why you came today, what you're thankful for, how amazing it is that you created this time for yourself. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that we did today, please reach out. As always, continue to think good thoughts and speak good words, eat good foods and do good deeds. Every day, nourishing yourself from the inside and out. I can't wait to see you all again soon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.